It is a truth universally acknowledged that a YouTube channel in December must be creating a best of the year list and video. And here at For the Love of Comics, it's been a solid year. We uploaded our first video in November of 2017, so 2018 was really our first full year of videos, which seems like it deserves some sort of capping off. Unfortunately, as always, I find myself unqualified to make a best comics of 2018 video because almost all of my reading in 2018 wasn't of books published in 2018. It seems like I'm always catching up on great works from the past, either the recent past or classics, and there are a couple of things like me not reading digitally or not reading monthlies and singles that make it difficult for me to comment on the absolute current crop of comics. Nevertheless, I have 4 categories here in which I have picked my favorite comics reading from this year gone by. So these are the comics I most enjoyed reading in 2018, irrespective of when they were actually published. I hope you enjoyed this very personal year in review. My first category is the best superhero comics I read, which itself is broken up into 2 parts. The best continuation of a superhero series I've read before is Astro City, which continues to be my favorite superhero comic for a number of reasons, but primarily for its incredible consistency year after year, story after story. Kurt Busiek and Brent Anderson continued their excellent, slightly askew view of a city full of superheroes and expanded both the history as well as the future of Astro City. And the best superhero comic I read for the first time was Invincible, which of course has run for many years and only concluded this year in 2018. I'm nowhere near the end, having read only 2.5 volumes of these Ultimate collections, which is great because there's so much more to look forward to. So far, the series has surprised me with its mixture of seriousness and tongue-in-cheekiness, very well balanced, and I've really appreciated its ability to keep the story moving with palpable consequences, something I find rare in most superhero stories. I know this is a widely heralded series, but I'm glad to see that it lives up to the hype. My next category is Favorite Volume 1, a book that I know is part of a longer series of volumes and one that I loved so much that I immediately wanted to read on. And this year I read a number of terrific Volume 1s, but none of them gripped me as much as Demon Volume 1 by Jason Shiga. There are 4 volumes in this that have been out for a while now, but I've been making my way through the works of Jason Shiga over the last couple of years. I've only gotten to Demon right now. Demon is a nasty, clever, very funny, extremely smart horror thriller that will have you smiling in pleasure at the wit and the brains behind this puzzle box. Having read only 1 volume and knowing that there are 3 more makes it my most tantalizing read of 2018. My next category is the best hat trick. Every year, I find at least one creator or creative team whom I discover and then go on a bender on their works, trying to find everything I can get my hands on. Most of the time, that's a mixture of great and not so great stuff, but every now and then you hit a streak of 3 terrific books by the same creator, and I love that. In the past, this has happened to me with the works of Guy Delisle, Matt Kindt, Richard Sala, Darwin Cook, all of them among my all-time favorites. This year, it happened again with The Park Bench, Moby Dick, and Alone by Chaboute. I read half of Park Bench in a bookstore, a wordless story centering around the titular bench that could so easily have been a gimmick or just an experiment, but achieved sadness and pathos and a joy that I was shocked by. Moby Dick is a superb adaptation using Chaboute's black and white shadow work to great effect. And then there's Alone, a masterpiece of comic storytelling that brings a fairy tale quality to a stark piece of theatre. Very different from each other, yet singular in their power, Chaboute's trifecta is the exact kind of thing that makes me love searching out everything someone has made. And my final category is for the most mind-blowing comic I read this year, although this was actually published some years ago, first out of Kickstarter and then by First Second. When I think of mind-blowing comics, it's not so much about a WTF factor or a plot twist, it's more... For me, there are some comics that just stun you with what they do with the medium, how they choose to experiment and finesse, and how successful they are in making something that not only have I not maybe seen before, but that I also love reading from page to page. So it's not just intellectual, but it's also gripping. In recent years, books like My Favorite Thing is Monsters by Emil Ferris, Building Stories by Chris Ware, Asterios Polyp by David Mazzucchelli, and The Art of Charlie Chan Hock Chai by Sunny Liu have all affected me this way, making me reconsider what I think of as the boundaries and possibilities of comics. Right at the beginning of this year, I read The Hunting Accident by David Carlson and Landis Blair, and it has been indelible throughout the year, no matter what else I read. It's an incredible achievement in family history archaeology and non-fiction, telling the story of crime and imprisonment and an unlikely friendship that forms in prison, depression and the contemplation of suicide, and ultimately the strangest places redemption can come from. I know that sounds like the trailer for an Oscar bait movie, but I have seldom been so impressed than I have with this non-fiction account of crime, punishment, and forgiveness. There are, of course, literally dozens and dozens of titles that I'm not talking about here, and I'd love for you to tell me in the comments below what your favorite reads were this year and why. Let me know what you think I should be looking at, and let me know what you'd like me to talk more about. I hope you've had a fantastic year. Thank you so much for the views and the likes and the comments and the discussions. Here's hoping you grab some fun and safe holidays. Have a very happy new year, and I'll see you in 2019.